Hi, and welcome to the Adroit Technologies webinar series. My name is Johan Nieuwenhuizen. For any additional information on the products or topics discussed, please visit our website or alternatively our YouTube channel. The links are scrolling below. In today's session, we will be covering the different Adroit Technologies mobile offerings. We will do a brief introduction and cover some history as what led to the development of the below products. But in short, what we will cover is Performance Anywhere, which is the HTML5 platform independent based, web-based real-time tool. Droid Air, which is the push-based technology to cell phones. The Droid Secure Mobile Gateway, which allows the viewing of standard operator graphic forms via a supported browser, being Safari, Chrome, etc. And then the Adroit Report Suite, SCADA Reports, which is a free report pack that ships and allows you to view single and multi-line trends. Allowing me to illustrate the functionality of the different products, I've put together a basic graphic form in our Adroit design environment using a dial, a gauge, a line chart control, and an alarm type control. All of these are available in our standard toolbox in the product, and then the Enterprise Manager is where your data sources are available for you to have real-time data to populate the graphic form. In the design environment, you can put your graphic form that's been developed or designed into run mode to have a quick preview of what the outcome would be. And I can just simply take my dial, put the associated value, which is this tag, Adroit analog level South Reservoir 1 value, into an alarm state. The value will update accordingly, as you would see below, into my alarm list as a 92 value. The gauge is showing the corresponding value, and my trend is actually showing the value that has been changed to the value set on the dial. To view this design environment in our runtime or our operator environment, we simply have to switch to our native operator client, which is this environment. This is the traditional way or the standard way of viewing your Adroit SCADA graphic forms or projects over a LAN, a WAN, or an internet. Again, the ability is there to change the value in your runtime environment or your remote type client environment to change or control levels or set points. The same data that was just displayed in the Adroit native client called the operator can be viewed in our Performance Anywhere product. This is the HTML5 based solution or application that runs in a supported browser. You can see it typically just uses a URL. All the data that was showed can be represented using a very quick and easy way to drop down data. You'll simply put your environment into design mode again, and then you have the option to choose between charts, trend charts, bar charts, etc., gauges. You have some basic analytics around analog values and alarms. It's pretty straightforward to do and easy to configure. You can then easily just select any one of these what we call widgets, and in your display you'll simply browse or copy paste the associated value. I've already done this in an effort to save time, so I'm not going to bother with that right now. If you go back to your run mode, I'm quickly going to toggle between my operator and my design and my Performance Anywhere view to just illustrate how the data is updated and refreshed. So in the background, you'll see my Performance Anywhere view, and hovering above that is the normal Adroit operator client. I'm going to change the analog value so that there's a change reflected. And we're obviously using a manual type refresh. There is an auto refresh setting that you can set, but it's updated, as you can see in the background, from a 93 to a 12 and a 12 accordingly. So to recap Performance Anywhere, it's an installable component of a Droid 10, available under the utilities on the Droid 10 CD. You can create and clone pages and widgets. You can create your own templates for quicker configuration. And then this allows you to remotely, on any device, monitor your trends and alarms and status updates as illustrated. Performance Anywhere is also HTML5 based for mobility, which is an international standard, and it gives you access via tablets, computers, laptops, or smartphones, which truly makes it platform independent. You will also use the built-in security that's inherited from your SCADA setup or configuration to define users and policies. Droid Performance Anywhere is licensed from a single license or a 5-client bundle license perspective at a fixed cost. It is not related to the scan point size of your system. To close off the section on Performance Anywhere, we have some basic screens that's been built for other customers just as reference. Next, we will cover Adroit Air. Droid Air is an alarm notification and text message platform that enables users to receive alarms and process data directly on their smart device from your SCADA or Droid 10 platform. One free connection comes standard with every Droid 10 SCADA. The primary purpose of the Droid Air app is to receive alarms from your Droid 10 SCADA. Each user is mapped to a single alarm list or alarm agent to ensure that they only receive alarms relevant to them. The app user will see a list of up to 20 of the highest priority active alarms. Alarm priorities can be used to filter out less important alarms. The operator can also send customized user text messages. App users will be able to view a history of up to the last 20 messages delivered to them. The user can also subscribe to up to 10 process data messages that can be configured. These can contain data from up to 10 different tags. The process data messages are triggered and driven and can be sent to any number of Air app users. Data is pushed from the Adroit SCADA via the Air data source, which I will show you in a second. The app listens to push notifications. If the app is closed or running in the background, a notification and summary will be shown in the notification area of your device. The user can view the incoming data by opening the app or simply clicking on the notification. If the app is focused when the notification arrives, the updated data will be automatic. As an Air app user, you can receive updates from multiple Droid 10 projects. You also have the option to mute updates from any project at your discretion. In order to use Adroit Air, in your Droid Designer, you will go to your data sources, you will say add data source, and you will select Air. I've already done that, and you'll see I have my Droid data source added in the tree. If I double click to configure get to the configuration dialog, you'll see that I've got my users that I need to manage. This has already been set up. I've got alarms that I want to view. So the data source is Adroit, which is the Droid data source with the agents available. The AIR is typically just an alarm list. As you can see, I have my alarm list, which just basically allows for routing, which then in turn allows for, in your default alarm management agent, for you to select AIR under your alarm list. Lastly, you'll select the tag in question, which is the demo tag we've been using, which is the level South Reservoir 1. You'll select alarm. You'll select the respective slot. In this case, I've just selected high. Make sure that it's an alarm. And under your alarm list, you'll make sure that the output route of AIR is also selected. From my operator, I can now select the relevant graphic form. I can put my Droid analog level self reservoir 1 value into an alarm state as per these set points. And because I selected the high level as my trigger, I will now get the alarms in my list. The functionality also exists to send a user-defined text message to any of the subscribed users that have been configured in your list. I can simply hit send, and the text message will be available on my phone. The functionality to subscribe to process data is also available. Click on the process data tab, click on the specific entry in question, type whatever message you want to display, give it some sort of format by simply selecting the format structure and selecting insert data element into the tooltip text at cursor. You can then select the configured user, select apply, and select finish after you selected the relevant trigger, which could be any sort of digital value, an expression, an alarm slot, etc. For a detailed instructional video on how to onboard Droid Air users and other basic configuration settings, please visit our YouTube channel and click on the Adroit Air setup and onboarding video. Next, we will discuss the Adroit Secure Mobile Gateway. The Adroit Secure Mobile Gateway is an additional software component providing web access to existing Adroit graphics, giving you secure remote access on any device, anywhere. Secure Mobile Gateway technology provides web browser access via Edge, Firefox, Chrome, Opera, and others from any device. User interface graphics forms can be designed once for display on any device that supports an HTML5 browser. The Secure Mobile Gateway requires no open firewall ports. Secure channel is initiated from the client side, preventing any direct exposure to sniffing, DDoS attacks, and hack attempts. Runs on industry standard encryption technology used by thousands of users and is RFC 4419 compliant. Additional IT infrastructure changes or open inbound ports are not required. It uses HTTPS and direct HTML5 representation of the operator is provided. The solution is application specific and specifically designed and optimized for the operator. To install the Secure Mobile Gateway, you simply need to download our quick start guide. Click on the indicated link as per step 1. One of the prerequisites would be an existing operator installed on the PC. That's all that's required. And obviously internet access. Once the launcher has been downloaded, the launcher will be displayed. From where you will just simply enter your email address. Currently you'll use host mode. By the end of the year we will have on-premise type hosting, and then you will select provide operator access. You will select register. Once you have registered, you'll see that you have a notification which states registration completed with a timestamp and a date and a license key. You will now select connect. And you will receive the following indication of an all OK green once successfully registered and connected. Once successfully registered following the steps in the Quick Start Guide, you will enter the URL provided to the gateway, and you'll see you'll be required to give your login credentials. I will then have the option to select my encrypted direct connection. Once connected, you can see that I'm running my Adroit operator view inside of a browser. This is Chrome. And standard operator functionality is available as per normal. Please also review the Quick Start Guide regarding usage within a browser to get to your connection menus on the different types of devices, being PC or a touch device. Also, please have a look at the frequently asked questions. In closing, a secure mobile gateway is an encrypted connection allowing you to run your operator in any supported HTML5 based browser. For any sort of commercial requirements, please contact our sales department. In closing, we will discuss the Adroit Report Suite, which ships free with Adroit 10, and more specifically the Adroit SCADA pack. Once you've installed the Adroit Report Suite, this is the landing page you would encounter, and it runs on standard SQL reporting services. When you select the SCADA tab, you will be presented with the following options. You could look at basic audit activity, which will give you a date timestamp, the computer in question. You can see it was server 1, or it was actually a user interface or an operator terminal. The user activated on the session, and typically what actions occurred. You can also filter based on date, time, from and to a period, a specific filter on the agent or the deletion of what you wanted to select, and again the computer name that was writing the audit events into the audit log. There is also frequently a requirement from our customers to view trend type data over the web, and this is where we allow our DB log summary report, multi-line or single line at no cost, and again it's platform independent in the sense that it runs in any supported browser. Before we look at the actual reports, all that's required is to, in Adroit under your DBlog agent, select the tags that you would like to view in the report, log them based on the method or methodology that you require. From there, make sure that you connect to a SQL instance and press OK. The ability to now connect to your log data from the DBlog data that's being but was previously configured as shown will now be available, where you can select your time frame, you can select the specific agent from the DBlog that you configured, and you can select your sample rate. I'm simply selecting all the data below, and the user will be presented with trend information for the specific period in question, and also the drop-down functionality associated with the value with the timeline. The option also exists to, from here, export the data to PDF, Excel or Word. I'm going to export to Excel. Once exported, the same information is available, and the ability to still drill down and view timeline information is available. Thank you very much for sharing your time, and we hope you all learned something today. If we achieve this, please click on the like and share buttons below to show your appreciation. Finally, if you have any suggestions around this or other presentation topics, please email samantha@adroit.co.za. We look forward to hosting you at another of our events, and we thank you again. Goodbye.